league on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Now, from the Valley of the Sun, EA Sports welcomes you inside State Farm Stadium, just west of downtown Phoenix, Arizona. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, partner. A couple of teams that were cellar dwellers a year ago, but as we've seen being around the league for a while, man, that can change one season to the next.
And how often do we see, Mike, a team that finished at the bottom of their division just a year later be the division champion? I'm not suggesting that it's easy or necessarily that these two teams are going to find themselves in that position. But the NFL is made up of a formula that says you don't have to stay long forever. If you make the right decisions, you can go from worst to first very quickly.
Out is Eddie Pinheiro to get this one started. And off we go from Glendale. DJ Dallas now to return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
I just love watching Kyler Murray play quarterback, Mike, because it just reminds you that they come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, to be this small, but this fast and have that much arm talent, you just don't see that combination very often, let alone in the NFL. But we are now more than a year removed from that knee injury. I think he's ready to prove that he was worth that #1 overall pick just a few seasons ago, and he considers himself one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL now that he's fully healthy again.
And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life, his speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
A short one here, caught by McBride. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's the first carry for the Pitt product, James Conner. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Play is made there by DJ Wanham. Third and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Conner. Ho-ho! A gain there of 16 yards. It's an Arizona first down.
Each week coming into the game, every team in the league, Mike, places a huge emphasis on success on their opening drive. But the key to that is sustaining possession, converting on 3rd down. It's exactly what they were able to do here, keeping the ball on the ground.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll go right back to Conner. And the Cardinals are going to have themselves a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 7-yard line. A first down there on a gain of 12.
Well, if this opening drive is any indication of how the rest of this game's going to go, it seems this offense is going to be pretty content keeping the ball on the ground. A lot of success here early. Now it sets up 1st and goal.
Taking off.
1st and goal. The quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late in his reaction and decision to turn into a runner. Defense has just enough time to get there. They stop him short of the end zone. 2nd and goal.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. Here's Murray. Good blocking, and he's in. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Arizona. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. He's got it, and the Cardinals will take a 7-0 lead. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Raheem Blackshear on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
Now he takes off. The ball comes out, and fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down. A pickup there of 28 yards. Well, a big play there, and maybe a big break, too. The ball going out of bounds, so they keep possession and keep a little bit of this momentum going, Greg.
We see this across the league so much now, Mike. Defenders are getting so good at ripping that ball out. Unfortunately for them, in this case, they got the ball out, but it ended up going out of bounds. Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll run here. The former Canadian track star, Chuba Hubbard, will take it. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
They'll try to run for it with Hubbard. They'll bring him down right at the 35, but that is good enough. They pick up the 1st down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Sending a receiver right. Young to throw on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Young hands it to Hubbard.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it with Hubbard. And he's going to have a Panthers 1st down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
On 1st down, it's right back to Hubbard. And good red zone running here, taking it inside the 10-yard line. Pickup of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Another run here with Hubbard. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Young. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Piñeiro's kick is good. And the Panthers are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So Piñeiro had the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back out to kick it away. To return is Greg Dortch. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Cards offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On 1st down, the drive begins with Connor. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. They'll go again here to Connor. And he'll have a 1st down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. Pass right side, that's Ryman. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They face 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Murray. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
On 3rd down, Murray. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. And that'll be enough for a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He is met and dropped. Good defense, loss of a couple on that play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On the handoff, it's Connor. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. The veteran Josie Jewell there for the stop. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. That's caught! And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. Working out of the gun, Murray. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just...
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. James Conner. Touchdown, Cardinals. Greg, offensive coordinators script the start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive, they've been efficient right since the start of this one, and I'll tell you what, Mike, if they continue to build on this lead here early, it's going to be a long day for this defense.
Prater's extra point is good. And the Cardinals extend their advantage to 14-3. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Velus Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Panthers offense ready to take over for their second possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Hubbard. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. That's taken in. It's Xavier Legette. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. The motion man is Sanders. On 2nd down, Young. That's to the right, caught by Sanders. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. He'll find his tight end, Tommy Tremble.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
They put a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Young. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. To throw is Murray. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The key to this play here, Mike, is the anticipation of the snap. Watch how he's able to time the center, and when that ball moves, he hits it. Gets through into the backfield, and he brings the quarterback down before the receivers even got out of their breaks.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Connor from out of the pistol. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He'll try to run for it. A big play there on the scramble. That's a pickup of 75 yards.
That's about as electric as it gets for the quarterback position. There's just frankly not a lot of guys in the league that are capable of making such a play. You could see when he turned into a runner, there was an extra gear in there, and when he was all said and done, he sets up 1st and goal.
They'll run it here, and it's Connor. And he will fight his way to the end zone. James Conner. Touchdown, Arizona. Make it 2 touchdowns in the very first quarter of play. Give him a 2nd touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good, and the Cardinals move out to a 21-3 advantage. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Jones now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. On 1st down is Young. Time for the deep shot, looking for Thielen. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. One quarter in the books. The Cardinals have the early edge in this one. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Young.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 6. Now Young. That is caught. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
They'll run with Hubbard. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
One more time, it's Hubbard. What a move! He's in! Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Carolina. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Panthers get a bit closer here. It's now 21-10. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Dortch now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the first half that has really given them fits. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing Murray. That'll be taken in. It's Trey Benson. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
A give, running right, it's Connor. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
They'll go right back to Connor, and he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. A'Shawn Robinson there on the play. Second down and 8. Now Murray taking off, and they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
On first down, Murray. That one, oh, it's on target, but It goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route. He creates great separation downfield. But now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Now a second down throw for Murray. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. 11 yards on the pass there. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
They'll run it on first down with Connor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
This is a give to Connor, running right, and a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only one. Third down and 9. Now Murray. Throwing right, it's taken in.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
They'll try and throw for it with Murray. He's got it at the 3. And they will get the conversion. He's tackled down near the goal line, so it's not a touchdown, but it will be first and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away?
And he will score again. James Conner. Touchdown, Cardinals. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. Now Prater to tack on the extra point. It's up and good. And the Cardinals add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense and their back Chuba Hubbard set to come back on the field. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Tremble comes in motion. Young to throw on first down. A short one there, caught by Tremble.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. Slot man in motion right. From the gun, it's Young. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On the give, it's Hubbard. And he gets this up close to the 40. Kaiser White able to make the tackle. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. The motion man is Sanders. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner set to take over again. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Conner. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Murray. He'll tuck it and take off. Murray, the former baseball player, knows how to slide, and he does it here after picking up the first down. That one good for 15 and a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Conner. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Murray. He's got his tight end, that's McBride. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll throw on 1st down with Murray. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So often, the only way to combat the perfect blitz call is to beat the blitz with the ball. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. He's able to find his open man and get the ball out of his hand because he holds on to that ball for 1 count longer. It most likely was going to result in a sack.
Going to work Connor in the middle here. And he moves down to the 25. That's good enough for a 1st down. Murray with a give to Connor. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Murray. He'll find his tight end, McBride. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. We'll try and run for this with Connor. And he's going to have a Cardinals 1st down. It was 3rd and 3, and they picked up 6. They'll go again here to Connor. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Murray now on 2nd down.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
They've converted twice on 3rd down on this drive. Now facing 3rd and 3. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll have more from Glendale after this. 3rd down, 3 to go. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. The Panthers will take their 1st timeout. So, 4th down, and the veteran Matt Prater on for the Cards. This from 30 yards out. Prater's kick is good. And the Cardinals going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So Prater now, after the made field goal, back out to kick off. Jones now on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Panthers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Here's Young. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. Quick throw, taken in, and that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now Dalton. And that is incomplete.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Carolina. A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 15. The Cardinals offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. First down throw for Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop, and they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go until halftime. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Murray. And that'll be batted down and incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
3rd and long. On the handoff, it's Connor. The Panthers, they're going to burn their third and final timeout. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. So on fourth down, it's Blake Gillikin to punt for Arizona. Raheem Blackshear is set to return for the Panthers. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Panthers offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Young. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass. Because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time. And he's able to secure a really nice catch.
And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's got his man. That's Leggett. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. So we reach halftime in what has been, to this point, a one-sided game. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman. He's got the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment, but for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We watched the veteran James Conner put together a very solid first half. He was running with a purpose as he found the end zone 3 times in that first half, and that opposing defense had better come up with a scheme for slowing him down.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Young. That's over the middle to his tight end, Sanders. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Young hands it to Hubbard. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Buda Baker active and making the tackle there. Now a 3rd and 2. On play action, Young. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. Here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Connor. A short gain up to the 20. Jadeveon Clowney there in run support. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the pistol, it's Murray. That's to the right side, caught by McBride. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Power run inside. Here's Connor. He finds a seam, a good run, up past the 40. Let's give him 9 on that one.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
2nd down, Murray. That's caught downfield by McBride. That's the 2nd time they found him on this drive, and this one's good for 24 yards.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
1st and 10 now from the 36. On the ground, it's Connor. And he'll work his way down inside the 30. Chewing off 7 yards on that one. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
1st down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. To throw is Murray. And this ball's intercepted by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion left. Young to throw on 1st and 10. That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Quarterback knew the blitz was coming. You could hear him pre-snap communicating with the guys up front, but sometimes it's just the perfect defensive call, and there weren't enough blockers to account for all the rushers. He had to get the ball out quick, and thankfully for him, he got it out just in the nick of time.
He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, it's Young. That's to the right side and corralled by Thielen. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Here's a handoff to Hubbard. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Kaiser White able to make the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Another run here with Hubbard. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the 2nd half, the defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
On 1st down, it's right back to Hubbard. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
The motion man is Sanders. A 2nd down throw for Young. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
Going to set up the screen here to Hubbard. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Panthers cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So Pinheiro had the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back out to kick it away. Dortch now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line, and that's where the offense will take over. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Working out of the gun, Murray. He keeps it himself.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing Murray. He'll run again. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle, Connor. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Play action. It's Murray. He gets this complete to Michael Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical 3rd down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Running here is Connor. And he will carry his offense to the red zone. Inside the 20-yard line, a pickup of 9. Second and a yard. They'll go right back to Connor. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5. They'll run out of the gun, and this is Connor. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Sam Franklin.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Young. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
The whole idea of play action is to slow the pass rush down to allow your quarterback to protection to work the ball downfield. That's where a lot of the big play opportunities come in the NFL. And in this case, the defensive line was thinking pass the entire time. The offensive line can't hold up, and it results in a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the give, it's Hubbard. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. Here's Young. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Buda Baker.
Really nice play here by the strong safety, and what's unique about this player is the position that he's playing makes him have to play deep coverage like we saw here, but also at times be able to get down in the box and be an extra linebacker. That versatility is something we're seeing a lot out of safeties in today's NFL, and you can see a big reason why.
The Cards offense back onto the field for their next possession. They start with the lead and the football, and they do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
On 1st down, Murray. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
You can tell the quarterback has built a lot of confidence in his ability to make plays today with his feet. The defense has had a hard time keeping him in check, and this time, much better job in pursuit. Even though he was able to get outside the pocket, they were able to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Murray now on 2nd down. Now he'll run. And that a record run. It will break Colin Kaepernick's single-game mark for rushing yards by a quarterback. Kaepernick had 181 back in the divisional playoff, January of 2013. This game surpasses that one.
These plays just kill you on defense. The pressure's good, but you have to contain them. Quarterback does a nice job of escaping the pocket, turns into a runner, scrambles for positive yardage.
He'll try and get there on the ground.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either their ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This from 30 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cardinals will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So Prater now, after the made field goal, back out to kick off. Jones now on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Panthers offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's the pistol snap to Young. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now Young. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
He'll try to run for it with Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So these teams trade field goals in the 3rd as we come to the end of the quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On 2nd down, Young. There's a short one caught by Sanders. Here's a 3rd down and 4. To throw is Young. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. And it sets up 4th down. The motion man is Sanders. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big.